Hey, so I'm sitting here at my desk on Monday, listening and feeling into what I want to share. There's a really subtle uh, falling of some snowflakes outside, and um, appreciating some memories from this weekend. And I had one of my own, I'm always doing somatic alchemy in my own life, in my own body, in my own mind, in my own experience. And I had a beautiful moment this weekend in which another sort of threshold was reached and a new level of possibility was opened in my cells and templates. And um, I thought that maybe I would share a little bit more about some of the basic understanding that I have from personal experience, as well as training in neuroscience and also studying ancient traditions uh, around issues like soul retrieval or integration of um, what you might call the worlds in shamanism. And there are other teachers who teach in their own way on some of these things. One that comes to mind is actually Joe Dispenza, and he talks about the two ingredients that are necessary uh, to evolve in any area of life as sort of the being kind of like a radio, and there's this signal that is sent out, and then there's this signal that is received. And both parts of that equipment have to be in place in order to have success. And I have found this to be true myself. I think different of us have different strengths and weaknesses in different areas. And it really is a kind of tantra. It is the yin and the yang. It is the call and the response um, to any pattern in life. Um, I will share a little example around sort of the biggest critical turning around that I did, which was turning around, the incapacitating autoimmune chronic illness that would have left me, in a state of being disabled for the rest of my life, if not actually not alive. Uh, but, there's the there's the part of the equation where we are, you might call it the yang or the masculine part, which is the part that is says like um, I want something to be different than it is, and I'm going to do something about it. Um, and you could argue whether this is the masculine or feminine. I don't really want to get into semantics because I do believe that there's so many ways that it could be landing in a person, and maybe it's not this way for you. So maybe I'll use instead the in the tantric principle, electric and magnetic. That's a kind of a way to get out of the debates about gender and all of that. So in the electric component, that's the signal that is sent out. And then in the magnetic component, that is the part that is receptive. Um, and it's also the container. And so in a lot of ways, the nervous system is really both because it's the container that helps us digest our experiences. If our experiences are too much to process, it overwhelms the container of the nervous system and it starts to act um, wonky in trying to hold the system together and prevent, huge leakages, or leakages start to happen and it can mess with the whole hardwiring, you could say. Um, and the nervous system is also is also the place from which we send signals out into a larger system, the world around us, or our cosmic connection or connection to mystery and things that, and larger ecologies as well. So, um, in recovering from my illness, and I'm using this as an example that can be applied to anything in life. Maybe you're trying to heal a relationship situation. Maybe you're trying to work with anxiety or depression. Maybe you're struggling with financial scarcity or any way in which you might feel a sense of powerlessness or as if your system is overwhelmed full or short-circuiting because it doesn't know how or what to do with the information that it has to metabolize. And it's very easy in those situations to think, I'm wrong, I'm broken, something's wrong with me, my nervous system is broken, I can't get past this, I can't get past this. Mm, such a common critical belief we have sometimes in these situations. I found that I really had to learn a tantric dance in recovering from my illness. And that means that not only did I have to mm, stay committed to the fact that I wanted to have a better life that was uh, felt better in my body, that wasn't in pain, in which I could take care of myself, in which I could go get up and go outside and take a walk again, in which I could talk to people and not have brain fog. I maintained committed and focused on a goal of where I wanted to be. But it was also balanced with this receptivity because if it was all in that direction, I found myself doing sort of a bypassing, sort of a like, oh, like, and if I was feeling better on a certain day, I'd be like, oh, that never happened. A rose-colored glasses, spiritual bypassing kind of Pollyanna kind of way. And then it was that much worse when I would have days where I could barely move and was in so much pain that pretty much the day was just spent in bed, just coping. Um, so the balancing side was to really start to see what I was experiencing, not as punishment, not as something wrong with me or something wrong with mm, the universe or a larger operating system. Um, but to actually occupy some curiosity um, and acceptance that yes, okay, I don't have to identify as a sick person, but I do have to accept that I am a sick person, that right now I'm experiencing sickness. Because if I deny it, then I won't actually move through it. I won't actually transmute it, right? So there's this middle ground in which we don't gaslight ourselves, we don't try to bypass, we really accept and acknowledge what is going on that's challenging for us. What is what is holding us back? Where are we feeling powerless? What is actually happening? Like this is about getting real and really authentic and transparent. And as one of my favorite clients likes to say, being unmasked with ourselves first, because before we can be that way in life, it's really important we learn to be that way with ourselves. Um, and then to hold that also with this looseness and this, um, okay, um, and can I hold on even while feeling? Usually there comes like a lot of feelings, a lot of feeling states can wake up when we accept the thing that's hard. Maybe we feel scared. Maybe we feel angry. Maybe we feel really sad and lots of grief. Maybe we feel really heavy. Maybe we feel like we can't even move because we've been moving and moving and moving, but we've been moving not from a place of true agency, but from a place of distraction and trying to get away from this thing that we're being asked to transmute, the lead to gold. But the good news is that when we can accept and speak and name our lead, then we can harness that yang energy, that forward moving energy. And we might not know how yet. How comes later. How is not the first step. The first step is what. And even before that is why. Why? Why do I want to heal? Why do I want a better relationship? Why do I want a better sense of abundance? Why do I want a different living situation, a different career? Why do I want to be a parent? Why do I want to be pain-free in my body? I'm not going to answer these questions for you, but it's a good starting point. And we will be delving into these in deep experiential ways in an intimate group container, small group container, starting in a little bit later this spring. So if you're called, I am just beginning doing some interviews and conversations with people who are interested in that. Please connect with me if you would like to chat further. It is Body and Soul Sanctuary. And for this week, I am wishing you balance in the tantric weave of finding your perfect yin and yang, your steady aim towards your big goal, and your steady softness in accepting yourself exactly where you are. These two things are not enemies. They are like a marriage.